Hello guys, Mario does Minecraft here, and today is not a Minecraft video. Y'all guys probably don't know, but I am a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, and most of the reason is because of its gameplay, but I really do enjoy its compelling storyline, and it's amazing. So pretty much today we're going to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's 3. So, there was a bunch of stuff lately about the trailer, teaser, actually. Bunch of pic images and stuff like that. So, today we're going to talk about pretty much trying to figure out what the game's going to be about. So, I'm going to have the pictures show up. But the first screenshot that we have on Scott's Steam Greenlight is the picture of the office. You see, we got the fan, and as you probably see in the trailer, the fan is actually outside of the window, but actually in the screenshot, the fan's actually inside. I'm not exactly sure if that was a glitch, but that was kind of interesting. And also you can see the little Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica, their little bobbleheads, I'm guessing. But I'm not exactly sure if those are actually automatically on your desk, or is that something like plushies that you have to collect and will slowly accumulate. But I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure what that dark area under your desk is. There might be something under there, but we'll get to that later. As you can see on the left, we have the crate, or actually box, full of the animatronics. Most people thought that the box that they were in was actually the marionette present box, but it actually just turns out to be a regular cardboard box. So, yep, I guess it's just a bunch of, it's probably the shading, or it could just be our imagination just tripping. But yeah, that's pretty much how that is. I don't think there's anything else to actually examine. You can see the wires outside the window. I'm guessing that you'll probably see the animatronic or animatronics, I don't know, but you'll probably see it outside the window, which will kind of look creepy. But let's talk about the next image, which is actually a picture of the monitor. Now you might automatically notice that it's actually not covering the whole entire screen. Like, you still see the office with the camera still up. So that's kind of interesting. Also wanted to look at how many cameras there are. It looks like there's going to be 10 cameras. This is not that bad, but it is a little downgrade because I believe Five Nights at Freddy's 1 had 11 cameras, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 had 12 cameras. Now, talking about the actual image of what the camera is showing, it's showing one of the many hallways that we have. I'm not exactly sure if these are hallways or just very long rooms, but it does look like we have quite a few hallways. Now, whenever I see the where it says you, I see there's this hallway right in front of us, and I'm not exactly sure if that's the hallway that the glass window's looking at. I'm not exactly sure, but it seems like they're kind of connected. And also I wanted to talk about that little kind of light blue box in the upper right. It's kind of faded, but you see two play buttons, and it says the word click. And I'm not sure if that's a stop button, but I think that's just my imagination from all the static. But I'm not exactly sure what this means about saying click the play button, but I do have some type of other theory with the other screenshots. So if we actually look at the third screenshot, we see this weird setting system, and it says system restart menu, audio devices, camera system, and ventilation. And it says reboot all and exit. So That's very, very interesting because I've never really seen anything like that in the Five Nights at Freddy's series. So that's very interesting. But one of the things I want to talk about is the audio devices, which I'm trying to figure out if you hear stuff in the cameras or something. Almost like how you heard Mangle's sound in the cameras. But I'm not exactly sure what the audio devices are. But I was also thinking that due to that it says click the play button in the earlier picture, I was thinking that it possibly could mean that you could play sound effects in the camera that could lure the animatronics, or I'm not exactly sure, but we might be able to play sound effects. I'm not exactly sure why, but we might be able to, and it probably could sometimes fail on us, so that's why this shows error. Camera system's pretty straightforward. You can't use the cameras, and the ventilation, I have no idea what that's going to be about, if the fan is actually going to be in use now, because if the ventilation's not going, then pretty much you're going to get really hot. So maybe the fan is actually needed or something like that. I don't know. Another thing I want to look at is the 3 arrows that are pointing to audio devices. There are also 3 arrows at menu. And I was thinking maybe there's other settings that you could select other than the system restart. Like, are there other options that you could choose? I'm not exactly sure, but it's actually quite interesting. So we'll go to that another time. Also says reboot all. I guess it's just starting everything back up. So then you have the exit button. Then we have the next picture, which shows the hybrid animatronic, whatever thing that is. And in the bottom left, there are actually 2 dots. I'm not exactly sure, but in the previous picture, there's actually 3 dots. So I'm not exactly sure if this is a time limit. Like, it's going to show 3 dot, 2 dot, 1 dot, and when there's no dots, it's going to be like something cuts off. I have no idea what the dots mean. You also see the same click play thing in the upper right. So obviously this is a feature for the cameras. And there seems to be some type of weird lines coming off of camera 4. I'm not exactly sure what the lines mean, but I didn't see that when the other camera was selected. So I was also thinking maybe those dots are saying how many times you could play the sound effect, if you can play a sound effect. And maybe those lines are indicating that the sound effect is being played. So the sound is omitting, that's why the lines are there. I'm not exactly sure, but that's one of my theories that I was thinking about. And the next screenshot that we have is just the thing pretty much jump scaring you. But the most interesting part is that the lights are red. Now, whenever in the trailer when he jump scared you, the lights never turned red. But then again, also in the trailer, the fan was actually outside the window, but now it's in your room. So I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but yeah, it's quite interesting. You also see this type of Freddy stand or some type of dummy outside. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I was also thinking that it could be just like the Freddy mask that you actually put on in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's kind of interesting, but I don't think it's like something you have to worry about. I think it's just permanently there. Now to think about the actual defense mechanism is actually quite interesting, because I have no idea how the defense mechanism is going to work, because every screenshot that we have, it's always covering the right side of the door, and usually on the right side of the door you see the light button and the door button. So you may be able to close doors in this one. I'm pretty sure you can, but if you can't, then I have no idea what the defense mechanism is going to be. I was also thinking that maybe the audio devices making a sound in one of the cameras, almost like Five Nights at Treasure Island, just cutting off the camera with the sound can blur them out. Or I have no idea. And if the audio devices is error and you use it and it's not working, then you're pretty much just messed up. But I have no idea what's going to happen, but it's quite interesting. If you read the description, it actually says 30 years later, 30 years after Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed its doors, the events that took place there have become nothing more than a rumor and a childhood memory, but the owners of Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction, are determined to revive the legend and make the experience as authentic as possible for patrons, going to great lengths to find anything that might have survived decades of neglect and ruin. At first, there were only empty shells, a hand, a hook, an old paper plate doll, but then a remarkable discovery was made. The attraction now is one animatronic. Now, in one of the earlier teasers for Five Nights at Freddy's 3, it said Five Nights at Freddy's 3, 30 years later, only one. Pretty much what it was saying is 30 years later, after Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed its doors, and pretty much that's what that's saying. And only one, I'm guessing, is saying that the attraction now has only one animatronic. So I think that's what it's saying. Before, it used to say, like, literally when the teaser came out, before the view source code said only one left. But then it changed, probably because if you say left, it seems like something was taken away instead of being built. So Scott probably took that out, saying only one instead. But, yeah. And the next teaser was, I believe, the I Am Still Here, showing the hybrid type of animatronic creepy thing. The next one was actually the crate that you actually see in the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 office room. Many people thought, like I said, that it was the marionette box, but it actually isn't. I have no idea why Freddy's hook is in, not Freddy, Foxy's hook is in there. I'm not exactly sure why they would expose Foxy, but probably because the phone guy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 said that he was twitchy and he was always acting weird. When you brighten the image, of course, you saw the new animatronic. So, and then the new one that's been really recently posted was a purple text saying "He always does." Now, in the teaser trailer actually, the words were, "He will come back, he always does." I believe it was, we will have a place for him. But like you said, he always does. But it was actually showing yellow to red text, but it's actually purple text. So out of all of the text colors, when you first think purple, you think Purple Man. But I have no idea. It could be just a coincidence that he chose purple, or they could be saying that the Purple Man is back in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, or they're going to reveal who the Purple Man is. So Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is definitely going to involve some things, but yeah. So that's pretty much what it's going to be for this little short thing that I did. But I just wanted to upload it, probably because I love actually Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's a very cool game. And I wanted to just pretty much say what the gameplay could possibly be. And yeah, I really like Five Nights at Freddy's, so I may or may not post stuff about it. But yeah, on the other part, on my Minecraft boss battle map, if you haven't known about it, but I'm coming out with a boss battle map. that's going to include the Wither Boss, and it's actually doing pretty good. I finished the cutscene I was going to do, so it's quite lengthy, but because also it uses armor stands, which is kind of hectic, but it's doing actually pretty good. So that would be coming out later, but I'm not even halfway done because I haven't even started work on an actual battle. But yeah, we're pretty much almost done. So, man, we're already 15 minutes in. Okay, well, I guess that will do for this episode. I'm not in Minecraft, so I can't throw my mushrooms. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like it. Comment and subscribe if you want to see more, and it really helps me out. So I'll see y'all guys in the next video.